brings together two very important topics, the international growth and inclusive innovation. We know that women-led startups are driving creativity, resilience, and fresh thinking across digital economy. And at the same time, many are looking for the right opportunities, networks, and partnerships to scale beyond their home markets. So this is exactly why today's conversation matters. So this session is an opportunity for you to learn more about how the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator is supporting promising digital startups and SMEs from the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean to connect, collaborate, and grow across regions. It also reflects a shared commitment to building a more diverse and inclusive innovation ecosystem, which is why this collaboration with the Women in Digital Forum is especially meaningful. So this Women in Digital Forum plays an important role in advancing women's participation, leadership, and visibility across the digital sector. So today, we are going to hear more about the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator, the current open call, who can apply, and how women entrepreneurs and leaders like you can benefit from this opportunity. And we will also hear a success story, and we will finish with a live Q&A session. So I really welcome you to stay with us until the end and share solve all your doubts. So this session is being recorded, and tomorrow or on Monday we will send the video together with the presentations, okay? We are very pleased to have you with us, and we hope that today's session is inspiring and practical. And we can start with our first speaker. We were supposed to have Liuba El Hadi with us, but she is feeling unwell. And his colleague Brendan is here with us, so he can present this Connecting Women in Digital initiative. Brendan, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Carmen, and welcome. Good morning to everyone for joining. So, as you mentioned, this is a great opportunity for us to bring together the Connecting Women in Digital initiative with the EU-LAC and hopefully build some bridges for our members and also to share more about what we're doing on a European level. So, my name is Brendan. I'm a managing consultant at BlueSpecs, actually also based in Madrid. So, I lead the area of tech policy and skills, but today I'm talking to you as the coordinator of the Connecting Women in Digital initiative. So I'm going to share some slides just to give an idea to the floor who isn't already involved in the forum. My colleague Ruben will then take the floor and talk a bit more about the forum in detail, but I want to give you the overview of what the project is so that you can find out where you can contribute to what we're doing. So the Connecting Women in Digital is a funded action under the digital programme. So within the European context, our goal is supporting the European Commission's ambitions for the digital decade. And this includes increasing the number of ICT specialists, and within that, putting an emphasis on how we can increase the number of women working as IT specialists across the union. So we have three different objectives, which is helping to understand the why. We also look at what is the how, and then also building that network of expertise and community around what is. There's many different initiatives that are happening already within supporting this common goal that we have. We have three main areas that we work on. So one is the index, which is data, one is the forum, which is the community, and then the last thing is the summit, which is where we bring everything together and share the different areas. So how can you get involved? So in the forum, and I'm sure Ruben will go into this in detail, you can join more than 200 expert members that we already have. You can participate in consultations and ongoing webinars and events just like this here today. The index, you can explore the data, you can contribute to feedback to us on what you find when you see changes within your country, and within one of the benchmarking countries we also have Brazil, so there's also that connection as well. And you can also contribute best practices, and the last thing is, of course, join us in the summit, participate in the events and save the date across there. The index because for those of you who aren't aware, this is published annually. Last year's index was published in November. We look at the performance of each member state within the EU in terms of the position in the pipeline from early education through to leadership. And of course, everyone likes to go and look at their own country. And if you want to look at what we think about your country, have a look at the Women in Digital Annual Report as well, which tries to analyze it on a different level. And the last thing is, of course, you can submit to us any initiatives that you're working on or any best practices. We have an ongoing repository and we're welcoming any contributions there and look forward to hearing from the rest of you. That's it from me. I think I hand over to Ruben, unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Brendan. Yes, Ruben, yeah, you can start.
Thank you very much. So I also prepared a very short presentation just to brief you a little bit on what is the Women in Digital Forum. So this is mainly in the framework of the project that Brendan just described to you. We have built a pan-European expert community that it's working together to in order to advance gender equality across the whole digital pipeline. So in this sense, the objectives of our Women in Digital Forum is to address these concrete challenges that girls and women face on a daily basis in ICT, digital and STEM careers, and across the whole leaky pipeline in the ICT sectors. Also connecting experts across different sectors, because we gather a wide range of different stakeholders in the membership of our forum. We have academia, we have policymakers, vocational education and training institutions, and we have plenty of different organizations and individuals that are part of our membership. And also one of our strongest assets in this forum is the fact that it's an expert-led forum, which means that we are able to produce this evidence-based policy making through the work of the specific thematic working groups that we have open within the forum. More concretely, this forum aims to create this community, this collaborative community of experts, to foster these strategic connections and networking, community building among them, creating cross-sector partnerships that can somehow amplify the impact of their initiatives alone and the initiatives that we can produce within the forum level. Also to drive the engagement and awareness among relevant key stakeholders. We work closely with the European Commission. We work closely with the member states of the European Union. We also aim to collect and share best practices, as Brendan just mentioned, and invite you all to submit your best practice cases on our website. The idea for us is to give them more visibility and disseminate them, and also, why not, using them as evidence for our policy recommendations. Also, as Brendan said, we have already reached almost 300 members within the forum, which means that we have some policy influence. So we try within our work to inform policymakers through the co-creation of evidence-based recommendations, policy papers, and policy briefs. Ensuring long-term sustainability of these kind of initiatives. In terms of the guiding principles of our forum, we are moved by the inclusiveness, ensuring equitable participation and representation across different stakeholder groups. We also aim at this continuity principle in the sense that we would like to build a long-lasting impact beyond the lifespan of the project. Also, we are moved by the adaptability principle in the sense that we try to stay responsive to the emerging needs, trends and technologies, and of course, policy developments, especially at the European level. And finally, to be impact driven. What we mean with that is to focus on really tangible and concrete results and in continuous improvement culture. In terms of the forum activities that we have and ways of our stakeholders and members to collaborate among them and within the framework of the forum, We have the thematic working groups. At this stage, we have opened already 6 thematic working groups, and here you can see the specific topics that we are addressing. So the first one is on encouraging ICT education pathways. A second one on leadership empowerment. A third one on using vocational education and training as a catalyst for women's digital transitions. The fourth one focusing on the intersectional approaches for women in digital education and digital careers. A fifth one focusing on bridging the STEM and digital career gap. And finally, the last one that we've opened, it will focus on women shaping the AI economy. The concrete outputs of these thematic working groups could be to produce these policy recommendations that are concrete and actionable, addressed to policymakers, as I said, the European Commission and the European member states. Also to collect best practices and case studies, and to produce some concrete toolkits, success stories, and actionable models that can be implemented at the organizational level, individual level, etc. To present you the annual summit, this is our main event that we do every year. So we had our first edition last year in November, and this year it will be in October in Ireland. The aim is to present and validate all the results produced within the thematic working groups and within the whole project itself, meaning that we will also present the Women in Digital Index that we're producing the second version. Then also to showcase some concrete best practices, success stories, and concrete deliverables produced by us, and promoting cross-sector collaboration and policy alignment. The target audience are forum members, of course, policymakers, industry and tech leaders, and educators, researchers, civil society organizations, among others. It is one of our key, let's say, initiatives within the project, because it also strengthens the forum's policy influence by connecting with other very relevant initiatives and organizing joint events, amplifying member contributions and innovation, and enhancing also the visibility of gender equality initiatives and also of our experts working at the forum. Finally, another way of participating and engaging with us in the forum is through concrete and targeted stakeholder workshops and webinars. These are aimed to be interactive activities supporting dissemination and the whole forum ecosystem. And the idea is to complement the structured work of thematic working groups by engaging more diverse community through short and targeted formats that are usually more interactive. This could be in a form of a workshop, of a webinar, or a roundtable. And the idea is to invite stakeholders to present their best practices or relevant initiatives to help them to gain more visibility, leveraging also our online presence and our membership across the European Union, complementing the work of the thematic working groups and connecting as well our stakeholders to build this community. That being said, these are again other ways to the ways to engage and participate within the forum. We also welcome partners within the membership of our forum, and with them we support the dissemination of the forum mission and outputs, but also of their own initiatives and their own project, if any. Also having access to events and knowledge resources produced within the forum level, and they can also contribute as observers or advisory bodies in the concrete thematic working groups. With this, I just would like to invite you all that feel interested in our initiative and in contributing with us or sharing your best practices to scan this QR code that you can see now in your screens and become a member of our Pan-European Women in Digital Forum. That's my presentation from my side, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ruben, and well, congrats for all the work that you're doing. It's impressive and very much needed, I think, in today's world. So we will for sure from the accelerator disseminate the forum, invite people to join you, and hopefully we can also meet in the annual summit this year. So thank you so much for everything. So
Thank you for the
now
invitation.
let's continue with Nayara. She's gonna talk about the EU-LAC digital accelerator itself. So the perfect opportunity for you to know what is this accelerator about. Nayara, you are muted.
Okay. Thank you, Carmen.
Perfect.
Now you can see my presentation?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So hello everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Nayara Uribe, and I'm the project manager of the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. And as Carmen said before, today my objective is to show you how this accelerator could help you to overcome some of the barriers that are faced when working in open innovation field, and more specifically, if you are doing it in a cross-regional way. So first of all, I would like to highlight that this initiative is funded by the European Union, and it was created with a very, very specific and clear mission, which is to accelerate digital businesses while fostering collaboration between companies in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. And how it is intended to achieve this mission in this project? Well, we do it by connecting corporations that have specific digital challenges with innovative SMEs and startups that can solve them. Something as simple, but at the same time as difficult as this. And within this project, aiming at fostering cross-regional innovation, one extra condition has to be met to participate. Each partnership must involve at least 2 organizations from different regions, okay? So more or less this would be the general framework of the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator, which supports these startup corporate collaborations through a very well-structured acceleration pathway, which is divided into 2 different phases, what we call the matching phase and what we call the building phase, okay? In the matching phase, we capture corporate challenges, and if needed, we work very closely with the corporates to help them define very good quality talents that can be perfectly understood by potential innovative startups and SMEs and attract their interest in providing digital feasible solutions to their challenges. So in this phase is when all the scouting and matching activities take place until conforming a corporate startup partnership that agrees to continue exploring their collaboration opportunity. Okay, and then before moving forward to the building phase, there is what we call the open call, but I'm not going to explain much more about this because then in the next session, my colleague Senia is going to go deeper into the detail of the open calls and how they work. But what I have to say is that once the partnership has presented their candidature to the open call and they are accepted to be accelerated, then we enter into the building phase, which consists mainly in the provision of acceleration services. Okay, and then about the acceleration services, I'm going to talk a bit later too during this presentation. Okay, what kind of challenges do the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator work with? The challenges that we support cover a very wide range of sectors, but always with the digitalization component as the common thread behind. Okay, there always has to be a digital component behind. And every year we identify new opportunity areas reflecting the evolving needs of companies. Some of the opportunity areas that have been prioritized so far include the smart production, as you see, clean tech, health tech, e-services, or sustainable mobility, because we have decided in common with other stakeholders that these are very relevant sectors, industries, both in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. However, corporate and startup partnerships that are not operating in these sectors are also very welcome, regardless the industry they are operating in, okay? This means that if you are performing in a sector not included in this list, this does not represent a limitation for your participation in the program. And indeed, we encourage you to present your project, okay? Then how do we support these corporate startup partnerships in the building phase? Okay, to support its partnership, we offer in-kind services valued up to 30,000 euro or 40,000 euro in the case the partnership includes a Caribbean organization, being corporate or a startup, okay? And then the acceleration process initiates with a collaborative configuration of a tailor-made roadmap. What is this roadmap? In the context of this project, this roadmap is the better acceleration plan possible that we can define for the partnership to achieve the goals that they are establishing, okay, through this after going through this acceleration process. In this roadmap, the acceleration services that will be provided to each partnership will be defined. And there are 3 types of acceleration services that can be included in the roadmap, okay? First, the proof of concept related services, which aims at mitigating the technological risk before scaling up the innovative solution. This includes, for example, the design and prototyping of the proof of concept or the assessment of the reliability of AI solutions to the challenges. Secondly, services concerning the definition of a business case that ensures a feasible commercialization or internationalization strategy of the partnership. This includes, as an example, the design of the business model or IP management advisory services, okay, to give you an idea. And lastly, the investment and scaling related services that are aimed at advising the partnership on the readiness of its readiness to scale and attract investment, among others. Okay, these services undoubtedly contribute to risk reduction, accelerate the development of the innovation project, definitely, and make cross-regional collaboration much more feasible, as we consider. Who would be providing these acceleration services within the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator? Okay, we think that one of the most relevant strengths of the project is the team behind it. Okay, and behind the accelerator, there is a diverse and international team. On the European side, we have EVAN, which is the European Business Angels Network, and that gathers over 100 organizations of the early stage investor community. One representative of EVAN, which is Senia, will be presented the open call after my presentation. We count also on EBN expertise, which is the European Business and Innovation Center Network, gathering organizations across Europe devoted to the acceleration of new enterprises, among other responsibilities. IESE is the well-reputed business school of the University of Navarra, experienced in providing insights, networks, and funding to innovative entrepreneurial projects. Expertise France, which is the French International Technical Cooperation Agency. And last but not least, Tecnalia, which is the organization that I represent. We are the coordinators of the project, and we are the largest center of applied research and technological development in Spain, and we bring on board to the project all our technological knowledge. And Octantis, which is Tecnalia's deep tech venture builder. Okay. On the Latin American side, we count on Guaira Hispan, which is the Telefónica's technological innovation hub in Latin America, and Tecnalia Colombia, which is Tecnalia's branch in Latin America. And finally, on the Caribbean side, we have Caribbean Export as our partner, which is the regional trade and investment promotion agency that provides support to the private sector. So representatives from these organizations will be providing the acceleration services to the selected partnerships. Okay, this is something important too. In addition to the acceleration services, we also provide direct financial support to startups. Warning, these grants are only for the startups, okay? And include 7,000 euro grant for proof of concept development, up to 2,000 euro for the startup representative to travel to the corporate's premises if necessary to correctly implement the proof of concept, and up to 1,500 euro for transporting equipment if needed for the correct deployment of the proof of concept in a real environment. Okay. These grants can be especially relevant for women-led startups who we know often face stronger barriers to accessing financing or participating in international innovation projects. And I would like to present also to you one of our central tools that we use to operate this acceleration pathway that I have explained to you before, and this is our matching platform. In this platform, corporations can publish their digital challenges and startups can apply directly with their proposed solutions. We think it is intuitive, it's transparent, and we can say that it's continuously growing. Okay, and then I will show you some figures of our community that has been built upon this platform. I would like also to say that even the matching platform is a very relevant tool in the matching phase, aiming at accelerating the process. Extra scouting work is done by the project team to match the challenges of the corporations with potential solvers. So if this doesn't happen automatically in the platform, okay? So our objective is that at least 3 potential solvers are presented to the corporates for its challenge. So I invite you to visit our webpage and also our matching platform and to register on it. As I said, in this slide, I am sharing with you some figures of the community that you would be joining if you decide to participate in the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. Okay, at this moment, the platform accounts to 377 registered corporates, more than 2,000 registered startups and innovative SMEs, and more than 400 other types of stakeholders. Okay, it would be public bodies, accelerators, and this kind of organizations that also constitute part of our community. We also host 53 active challenges. Well, this figure can change because it changes every day. But at the end of last week, there were 53 active challenges, and we have published more than 460 challenges since the beginning of the program. So I think that this scale shows or allows women-led organizations to gain visibility and connect with corporates and startups that they might otherwise never reach. So, as I said, I enjoy to engage to the project. Okay, and some results of the open calls. As I said earlier, to be eligible for the acceleration program, partnerships must submit their applications to the open calls. And since the project began, 4 open calls have been published. And thanks to the active community that we have built, we have achieved the following results. Okay, overall, we have received, since 2023, 171 applications of partnerships willing to be accelerated, okay? Of those, 107, this represents 63%, were accepted by the evaluation committee of the open call. And 84, this is 79%, have signed a collaboration agreement among corporate, startup, and service providers to be accelerated. Or, well, some of them are still in the process of doing so, of signing the collaboration agreement. Finally, 68 partnerships are being accelerated or have finished the acceleration process. This includes collaborations mostly from EU to LATAM or LATAM to EU, but there are also collaborations with Caribbean startups and corporations, okay? And this diversity of flows creates very rich innovation environments and definitely is strengthening collaboration across the Atlantic, which was our mission. And now let's move to a very important topic in today's webinar, which is women leadership in our project, within our project, which has been the participation of women in the EU-LAC accelerator so far. Okay, all this information, I have to say that is based on 33 surveys that we have received so far from the accelerated partnerships, the ones that have ended the acceleration process completely, okay? And one of the most encouraging findings is that 79% of the supported partnerships have involved women assuming leadership roles. In 15 partnerships, women have assumed leadership roles in both the corporate and the startup, and then 5 only by the corporate side and 6 only by the startup side. But this shows that women are not only participating, they are leading innovation projects across regions too. If we look at companies more broadly, well, out of the 63 companies analyzed that have participated in those 33 partnerships, 39 involved women assuming leadership roles with very similar representation of corporates and startups, okay? And in addition, 13 cases, the main contact person for the program was a woman. This indicates that EU-LAC Digital Accelerator is already functioning as a space where women are highly represented and active. We also analyzed what type of leadership roles women were taking within these partnerships, and the most common position is project leader or project manager, followed by roles in project implementation, customer success responsibilities, market strategy, and technical advice. Well, this demonstrates that women are increasingly taking strategic and decision-making roles in innovation projects. But in any case, our goal is to increase the figures achieved so far in terms of female participation quantitatively, but also qualitatively. And we firmly believe that the EU-LAC Digital Acceleration can be a real supporting mechanism to drive more inclusive and diverse digital business collaborations. Well, and this was more or less what I wanted to tell you about the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. And I hope that many of you feel or that they have identified this project as an opportunity to develop your business strategy. And for those that have in mind a digital challenge that you are facing, or if you think that you have a good potential digital solution for a corporate challenge, but still have doubts or need some kind of a specific support, we'd like to put at your disposal the possibility to directly contact one of the innovation specialists of the project team who can guide you, take the most of this accelerator, okay? So there you have a QR code that if you scan it, it takes you directly to his calendar, to the calendar of this innovation expert, and allows you to book an appointment with him. So please, if you are thinking, if you are doubting in presenting and participating in the project, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And we will be glad to start our collaboration. Next, my colleague Xenia will explain better who can take part. And so based on that information, also maybe you can make a better decision if getting in contact with us. Well, thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any doubt, we have then the space to clarify all your doubts at the end of the session.
Thank you, Nayara. Thank you so much. It was clear. There are some questions in the chat, but we will go through them at the end. Okay, now we give the floor to Xenia to explain the open call, the opportunity to participate in the accelerator. So Shenia?
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfectly.
Perfect. Yeah, so thanks a lot for your introduction and thank you, Nayara. I think some of our slides will kind of overlap, but I will go into a little bit of more details on the specific services that we deliver and more details into who can apply, how, best practices, so that you can take the most out of the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. But just a brief introduction from my side. So I'm Jenny, I'm a project manager at IBAN, which is the European Business Angel Network. We are part of the EU-LAC Digital Acceleration team. And yeah, we are really excited to be talking today. So yeah, let's just maybe first go over through the open call details and an overview of the acceleration services. Then I will walk you through how to reach out to the corporates or how to connect with them. And then we will go over how to apply to the open call and to the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, as Nayara was mentioning, the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator is a platform which has multiple sites, and our main goal is creating strategic partnerships between startups and corporates across the EU, Latin America, and the Caribbean, so that we promote regional cooperation in digital innovation. So the model is quite simple. So large companies here to the left side, our corporate partners bring digital challenges that they are facing. And the startups and these innovative SMEs, like probably many of you, can propose solutions to these challenges. Then we connect them, and the accelerator supports both parties to co-develop and scale this solution through a 6-month acceleration program. So yeah, basically it's about creating these real-world partnerships. This open call is the 5th one that we have running, and our main focus area is sustainable mobility. So sustainable mobility, of course, is the future of movement. So it's about thinking about like how we travel, transport goods, cut emissions, ease congestion, and create a more sustainable world. So here I put some examples around like electric powered vehicles, micromobility, smart transit and transportation, mobility as a service, data-driven traffic solutions, but there's so much more than that. Please note that these are focus areas, and yeah, we also welcome applications from any other vertical, of course. This is just the focus area for this open call. But what do exactly startups get if they are selected? Well, we offer 2 main forms of support. So first, we get startups can get, and also corporates can get, services valued up to 30,000 euros and up to 40,000 euros if partnership includes a Caribbean company. This is an overview of the services, which Nayara went through earlier. And second, there's a dedicated package for direct financial support for the startups. But let's go over the different types of services. So I just wanted to put here in a nutshell what the services are about. So of course, I think one of the main ones is the proof of concept, where you'll receive expert help to design, build, and test your solution in the real world. So this is where you start your execution with a corporate. So whether it's adapting your technology for a corporate system or integrating APIs or AI, running live tests in a factory or like any other type of settlement, this kind of helps supports the fact that your solution actually works under real conditions. So it's about providing value and feasibility to the corporate that you're starting to work with. So within this context, we offer many different kinds of proof of concept services depending on the type of partnership that you are developing. So we have the Open Innovation Bootcamps, which we have 2 editions for corporates and for startups. We have proof of concept design and prototyping. So It's more about running discovery and validation experiments to test the feasibility and viability of your solutions, corporate venturing capabilities. So it's more about assessing corporate innovation results and engagement mechanisms from corporates, and assessment of AI solutions. So this is more targeted towards AI based solutions. So we cover almost from A to Z, I would say, when it comes to proof of concepts. Here's some information about the service providers. So we have a lot of different types of companies that provide these services. Second, of course, let's say that your proof of concept is going well, but how does your business model support this type of growth? Is the corporate ready to take it further? This is where the business case development comes in. So here you will work with experts to refine your go-to-market strategy, revenue models, pricing, entering a new market, or how your solution scales from one pilot to many pilots, for example. So it's basically making sure that you're both on the same page, both the corporate and the startup. So here we have services such as international growth and soft landing, product roadmap and digital skills, business model design, and IP management. Again, these are the service providers for the business case side of things. Finally, we have the investment and scaling services, which happen at a later stage of this 6-month acceleration program. So as your partnership has been doing well with the rest of the services, this next phase prepares you to attract investment and scale up. So look for funding. So you may receive support on refining your investor pitch, or mapping up a scaling plan, or even get the chance to pitch directly to investors or access public funding. So it's about helping you identify the infrastructure, the right partnerships, the operational support that you need to grow into these new markets. So it's an end-to-end acceleration program, which is designed not only to test your idea, but to turn it into a scalable business opportunity. So within the investment and scaling services, we have, again, scaling into corporate structures if you're interested in growing within this corporate or within multiple corporates, investment readiness and matchmaking, which connects you to investors, as the angel program, in which you have one-to-one mentoring sessions with angels, full process digitalization to map opportunities, analyze these trends, and access public funding, which is pretty much self-explanatory, but it's an advisory on grants and equity funds that are public. And this is again an overview of the service providers. When it comes to the grants, as we mentioned, you don't only get the 6 months acceleration program, but also you get direct support, direct funding from the European Commission. So you get 7,000 euros to support your proof of concept. You get up to 2,000 euros to travel to the corporate's premises and execute this proof of concept. And you get up to 1,500 euros to transport equipment to the facilities of the corporates. So now that you know and that you're super well informed about the different services that we offer, you may question yourself, okay, how do I actually connect with these corporates? Maybe I'm already working with a corporate. Well, good news, if you work already with a corporate and there's this EU-LAC connection, you can already directly apply through the open call. But if you're maybe an early stage startup who is still trying to figure things out, and you want to check out what type of corporates are interested in collaborating with startups, we have our matching platform where we basically every day we add new challenges, new corporate challenges, and you can directly connect with the corporates so that you can talk discuss your solution if it fits, and apply to the open call, basically. So yeah, you can get in touch with the corporates, and yeah, here I just put some don'ts just in case. But yeah, you can browse these corporate challenges, you can submit proposals, you can reach out to these partners directly, but please be specific. So tell them exactly why your solution is a great match for them. Avoid generic messaging, and do not sell things directly. So don't don't be too salesy, because it's the first connection with a corporate. And yeah, on how to apply, well, so you go to our website, eulacdigitalaccelerator.com, navigate to the open call section, read the guidelines carefully. So this explain more details around eligibility, what's required, how your proposal be evaluated. You fill out the application form together with your corporate partner, and then you submit the application. The open call is running right now. It's closing June 12th. And just as a reminder, we are accepting and approving applications on a rolling basis. So you don't have to wait for the deadline. You can apply just as soon as you're ready. Now I will walk you through some eligibility criteria super quickly, because I think we are a little bit late.
Yes, Xenia, if you can.
Yes.
Elaborate.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute. So yeah, super quickly for the startups and innovative SMEs. So regarding size, you must be between 2 and 50 employees, or up to 250 employees for innovative SMEs. Revenue between 50,000 and 10 million for startups, or up to 50 million for innovative SMEs. If you're from the Caribbean, your startup may qualify even if it doesn't meet these minimum requirements. You must be working within digitalization, so that is very broad. You must be legally established in the EU, Latin America, or the Caribbean, and you must collaborate with at least one corporate, which is the corporate that you will be applying with. And then for corporates, same. So there's size and revenue minimum requirements, but if you're from a Caribbean corporate, these criteria might be excluded. Again, you must have a digital challenge as a corporate. You must provide funding, infrastructure, distribution networks, or expertise for the partnership. So you must be disposed to collaborate with a startup, and you must be established in EU, Latin America, or the Caribbean. So in a nutshell, that's it. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. You can email me, or you can book some time also with an innovation expert through this link. Thank you.
Thank you, Xenia. So yes, we are running a bit out of time, but no worries, Constanza. You will have take your time to present. It's very nice to have you again with us, Constanza, as a former participant of the EU-LAC Digital Accelerator. So please, you can explain your case and your collaboration with a corporate, how successful it was.
Well, many thanks for the invitation. I was a beneficiary of the program 2 years ago, and last year I also participated in the open call. Welcome. So it is a good. A real pleasure to me to share the experience. Let me also share the screen and let's, I will explain a bit about what is my startup about. I'm the co-founder of Nudavita. We transform homes into financial well-being in the sector of silver economy. The big human challenge that we are facing right now is we are demographically we are getting more elders. Okay, so there is a challenge for the governments to sustain the longevity, and we also have the culture of own our own home our homes. So the problem is that we are asset rich because we have our home, but in cash we at the time that we leave the works, the incomes goes down, and we face a lot of difficulties to maintain a good quality of life. So for example, in Spain, more than 80% of people over 65 years old owns their homes, but they might lack of income for maintaining this quality of life. So the homes are a very good asset to get to solve the problem. So what does Nudavita? We transform this home into financial well-being. The older people keep all the benefits to use and enjoy where they live, and we based on legal model that is called bare ownership. Many of us knows the full property, okay, and the traditional model of selling a full property. Right now, we are proposing to sell a piece of the property, to sell the bare property, the asset, okay. We transfer the property to another investor, and elder people keep the usufruct, okay, the right to keep living within that house. The investor pays. They might pay upfront lump sum or a monthly income to the older people, and then once the older people do not live anymore, the investor gets the full property to live there, or sell the property, or rent the property. Okay, this is also a very good recipe to diversify the investments for the retirement plan. So I love this model because it is a win-win for homeowners. There is a financial security without leaving home, and we don't charge people over 65 years with our service. And our brand in Spain, and it is also thinking about expanding more than Spain. It's called Vita Renta. And then we have for investors our brand Rentalias, that it is offering responsible investment opportunities, and we connect to retail investors and also institutional investors, okay? And we also have our own fund, our own fund. So I've been in this business since almost 10 years, because I started in Uruguay. Then in 2024, I started to speak with a partner in Spain. But previously, we also had this project with BidLab, and we also measure our impact, and more than a half of our beneficiaries were in a vulnerability situation, and luckily we succeed to get out of that situation. And then 65% of our beneficiaries are women also, because in the retirement phase of our time, women receive less than men. Okay, for due to multiple factors, but then to support women in that phase, it also a very good and high impact. Why EU-LAC Digital Accelerator? Okay, more than visibility, that they also give us a lot of visibility and support during this transition of going from Latin America to Europe. We received this support of with Tecnalia to build to make focus on our commercial team and digitalization of our commercial team. And also we built an AI commercial assistant for a copilot to also structure the know-how and help our team to make a better service. And lastly, I would like to thank obviously to the program because they give us support, connections, structures, and also confidence. Because sometimes when you go alone, maybe there are more frightened, more doubts, and when you go with the EU-LAC, it is totally different. So don't wait to feel you are 100% ready. Sometimes a one step growth starts when you before you feel prepared. So love EU-LAC, and that's all. Good business, doing good. And this is my contact also. We can contact with LinkedIn, and I would be delighted to help you to comment, to expand, to give you more detail about the experience.
Thank you so much, Constanza. It was really great to hear your story again. I think it's a good opportunity for all of the women that are connected today to know that it's possible that like having results and connecting with corporates and scale and landing in markets is possible, and we can support with that. We are running out of time. It's almost 3 o'clock. So that's why my colleagues have been answering all the questions directly in the chat. I don't see any new ones. If you want to raise a question, now is the perfect moment. If not, just as a reminder, we will send the recording session, because we will send the video after the session together with the presentation. So you will have all the material, and also in the presentations you will have this QR code to book a meeting with one of our innovation experts. So if you still have questions that has not been resolved, you can just book directly a meeting with our colleague, I think it's Fede or Alberto, that will gladly support you. So you will have that QR in the presentation that we will send. Okay, so no problem for that. Also, you have in the chat some of the links that I share with the guidelines for applicants, the catalog of services, and the website itself with all the information. And right now, I'm also gonna share the links to our social media channels. You can follow our LinkedIn and Instagram account. We are very active there, so you will able to see more success stories, the open call details, other webinars opportunities in Spanish, maybe if you want to participate in them. So yeah, perfect opportunity for you to stay tuned with everything that we do. I see 2 questions. Well, I think one is just thank you message. Thank you all of you for participating. And another question, how much co-financing will be required from startups to acquire the accelerator and grant support? Is there a threshold? I mean, Nayara, maybe you can go through this one, but
yeah, as far as I understand, there is not a co-financing requirement to access to the grant support. It's just that you have to agree the terms between the startup and the corporate on how to develop and to take ahead your collaborative project. And then if there is a proof of concept that has to be implemented, and you are eligible to be accelerated, then you can receive the grant.
Yeah. Thank you, Nayara. So I don't see more questions in the chat, so I think we can just wrap up here. Thank you all the speakers to join us today, the collaboration with Connecting Women in Digital, and also Constanza for being with us again. And thank you all the participants to join us, and we really hope to see you soon in the program. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.